Hi, my name is Sten Greisberg, and today I will talk about how to get successful results with user research in 12 hours. So basically, it will be around 30 minutes long webinar. And on this time, I will also show you the screen on practical session. So you will get the understanding that what Sharewell is, why I'm talking about this, and another stuff. So basically, the main thing about Sharewell itself, as I mentioned, my name is Sten Greisberg. I'm founder of Sharewell. We have lots of clients in Eastern Europe, and what we have seen that there are missing some good tools in Eastern Europe for user testing and user research. So that's why we brought this webinar also in live and share the knowledge with you. So about Sharewell itself, we are talking about research platform. We have in our audience more than 30,000 testers in worldwide, mostly, although in Eastern Europe and Europe itself. And when our clients are doing user research, then they can do it either on desktop or mobile. So the results will be also given to the client in needed form. And what is our platform most about is qualitative research. We don't do not mostly, but at all quantitative. So that's why we see that from qualitative research, there comes more value than from the quantitative. Our most loved sentence is that we give the answer to question why something is happening, why something is not happening, etc. So about background, what we have done and why we think that this webinar could give some value is that, as I mentioned, Sharewell is user research platform, and mostly they are done user testing moderated or unmoderated. What is the difference? Moderated is that there is a moderator, a person who conducts the interview. With unmoderated, the user goes through given tasks or answer questions. So basically, there isn't other person who asks questions. The questions are already done in a form I will show you later. And on Sharewell also, there have been already more than 18,000 sessions, which means that testers have gone through different kind of scenarios. We have seen some patterns already, and we understand that some ways give better results than the others. So that is about what we are talking today. The average session in unmoderated testing is around 40 minutes. So usually some clients are asking how long they are or etc. How long they need to be to get good value or feedback. Then usually 10 minutes up to 15 minutes already there has been a lot of good feedback. Also, what we have done is that we give our clients the possibility to rate sessions. So this means that there is a possibility to rate the feedback of the tester. And we have seen that there are already more than 5,000. And when we started it was around 4.505. But when the testers are already understanding also the feedback, that what is expected, how much they should speak or explore and be honest, then they have improved their performance. And now the average rating is already 4.7 in the scale of 5. And also what we saw was that the fastest research with 5 testers was done in 3 hours and 25 minutes, which is quite fast. So to talk a little bit, that get the understanding that what the difference is about qualitative and quantitative. So qualitative, usually you need 5 up to 10 testers, and you get the answer to a lot of opinions and questions why get answered and how, etc. So you basically see how they are exploring things, how they are understanding things, what their reasons are, why they are something doing. And with quantitative, you need to see, basically quantitative research is about to see some larger group, what they think of something. Is it good or not? Then they are answering basically yes or no. Also, Google Analytics shows you some bigger groups things on web page, but you don't see and understand why they are doing this or how they are doing this, etc. So basically, this is the main difference. So the size of the groups and why they are giving some answers to some questions. So to define also that what is success in our meaning in, so the heading was how to get good results in 12 hours. So successful results. So what is success? First of all, the results are in sync with the goal. So there always should be a goal to conduct some research. Is it like interviews? Is it some testing? Is it quantitative, qualitative, whatever the research is? There are a lot of different kind of ways, but the results should be connected to the goal. So if the goal is to understand that why some group is behaving some way, or try to understand that is the value proposition in synchronized with our customer belief or something like that, then always the results should be like going also in that direction, which means that also the questions for the goal should be in sync. The other thing is that we need always to get right audience. So this means that if your target group is, let's say, from Berlin, females, 25 up to 28 years old, and they love sports, for example, jogging, running, etc., there is no value to get answers from guys from Helsinki starting 50 who don't love sports. So there is the thing that always right audience. Another thing is constructive feedback. So this means that the user gives honest opinion. They share their thoughts. They are saying what they don't like, what they don't like, what to improve, etc. And the question should be always open questions, not closed questions where a user can answer yes or no. So constructive feedback is always important. And the last thing what we see is that the results come in time. So if I expect them to come in 3 days, they are there in 2 days. When I expect the answers coming in 1 week, they should be there when the time ends. Because if I need the answers in 48 hours and the answers are coming in 2 weeks, then it's not a success. So what you need for the research, as I mentioned, the main thing is the goal. The goal is to understand your user behavior. The goal is to understand, for example, how the navigation works in our eShop. The goal is to understand, for example, to understand how works search engine in eShop. Next thing is that you need to set up the research. So this means that you are starting somewhere and the people are going through either answering questions or going through the tasks, but you need to have some kind of plan. What somebody is doing, why they are doing, and what is the expected results. So basically you're setting up. You can use platform, for example, like Sharewell. You can use your own tools, for example, having a meeting through Google or some other channel. What you need for research is also testers. If you have your own, that's good. But if you don't have your own, what you are doing, then the possibility is social media, friends, co-employees, other friends, fool, and family. Next thing is environment, where we are conducting this. So as I mentioned already, there is a possibility to have a platform or not. So there are hundreds of different kind of tools and environments, but you need to understand what to use. So if you get the results, they are in the way what is like, for example, Sharewell gives you screen recording plus automatically transcription. Some platforms do this, some not, but you need to understand what environment to use. And also results. So you need, in what way the results, are they in text, are they in video, are they in some other way? So basically you need to understand what is my expected results. So first thing first, invitation, the most important things. What we are doing in Sharewell, we are sending out the first contact with the testees invitation. So we are sending them according to the profile, what our client puts, and we are sending them in big waves. This means that we can always get 100% answer rate. And also if we are sending them out in 30 minutes, then we know that sooner or later the answer rate is there and the results are quite fast. What we mean in first impression matters is that the invitation should be in good way. In good way that it's not too long, for example, 10 sentences, and not too short, for example, saying that please test our tool. So nobody knows what does it mean, what tool, how to test it, etc. It doesn't attract the testers. So first impression matters. So always think through what you put in the invitation. So this is like one example that what we are talking about. Whom we are looking. We are looking people from made-up country, Popland and Maryland, where they're working in concrete industry and on concrete job. And also we are mentioning already that please help us to share their experience and job searching process to help. Now comes the bigger goal, why the company is existing, who is conducting the interview. So basically we are talking about that we want to make the job seeking 2 times faster and more successful. And why we are doing this, test our improved page. So this is also giving some knowledge, but the tester doesn't know that what is the improved one or not improved one. And what not to use is also that help us validate our UX, because we don't know, maybe the tester doesn't even know what is UX, so don't use this kind of wording. So here is one really long sample, so people don't read so much. So don't use this long that we are talking about some functionality, visual design, usability of the prototype, etc., etc. So the person gets already lost in here. So basically what to do, keep it stupid and simple. Ask for help, for example, help share your thoughts, help us to understand the goal. So why we are this research is launched. So we are trying to understand how our value proposition is synchronizing with our client, for example. How long should it be? I would say 3 to 5 sentences, that's enough. Too short, no. Too long, no. The golden way is always the best. And also mention the bigger goal. Why we are doing this, why the tester is important, for example, to get the answers, and why the company exists at all. So here is like simple. Please help us to understand our web page is working. So everybody knows what is web page and how they're working, and to understand our value proposition. Who we are dentists, and we are launching our kick-ass product that would help thousands of patients around the world. So this is the bigger goal of the company. We are helping thousands of patients around the world. And the last is like reminding that please be as open-minded and speak out your thoughts. So when you're launching a test or research, then there is always question when there is always the thing that when to use questions, when to use tasks. So when to use questions is when you are trying to understand current situation. So we have our web page, we want to improve it, we want to make it new one, etc. So we are trying to understand the current situation. That's why it is good to ask questions to get feedback that how clients like it, what they don't like it, is the design good or bad, etc. Also, when to use questions is market research. So if we want to go to another country, we don't know the cultural background there, then there is always good way to ask questions that how things are done there, etc. And also to understand how features are working or not. Does the client understand how the feature is working? So what to ask? this, for example, good questions are always describe your last experience. Here we don't determine is the experience good or bad. We are asking, please describe your last experience with this kind of tool. Was it easy to use or not? So don't ask that is it bad. We're asking easy because this gives like the understanding on the positive way, not the negative way. And what to improve, what to change is always good. What not to use, definitely don't use jargon, because there are a lot of words we are using every day in our team, but the client maybe don't understand this kind of wording. Also, don't say out loud that go and see our improved page. What does mean improved? We don't know it exactly. And definitely don't ask too many questions once. If you put more than, for example, one question, 2 or 3 questions in the same time, the maximum what we saw was around 11. So the tester reads them through, but he or she remembers only the last one. So one question per time. Tasks, when to give tasks. If we want to understand how the user flow is going, or how would they use it, how they are going, for example, in eShop, how they are confirming the transportation, etc. So we want to understand how they are behaving themselves with given tasks. Also, how they are going from point A to point B. So we need to also define then what is success in, have they clicked there? If we know, for example, if they put the product in basket, then it's success, or when is success if they, for example, confirming the payment or confirming the transportation. So always define when is success. 2 value mistakes. No platform, no eShop, no web page is perfect. There are always some mistakes there. And if this tester stumbles on some mistakes, then value it. So this gives you like feedback that something is wrong. And if you already see that the tester in testing phase is stumbling on some kind of mistake, this means that in the future, the real clients are also will find this out. So always value mistakes. And as same thing with questions, one task in a time. So don't forget that don't give too many things on the same time. About audience, always define as specific as possible, because there is no such thing that everybody is my client. Even ice cream seller doesn't have everybody as their clients. If you need to go more specific, then always use screening questions. So sometimes in some platforms, they don't have like really determined like profiles. So there is always a possibility to use screening questions. So this helps you to go into really niche. Later, I will show you how to use them. And audience, will I use own testers or recruited? So both have their cons and pros. If you need to, for example, in some platform or eShop, you need to compare, for example, new feature, then you can use own testers. Then you understand they are already known to your system and they can understand will the new feature give value. Because if you are using the recruited one, then, for example, if they don't know the background or the system, maybe they are quite new and get distracted. Second thing is closed system. If you have in-house some platform what only workers are using, then you don't even need to use recruited one. But there is always the thing that with own testers, they can be biased. So there is always good to have so-called second opinion or fresh eyes. So we do suggest that use also recruited one sometimes, because they can see something that own testers don't see. Also, another thing, if you are doing market research and or going to some other country, then there is no possibility. Then you need to only use recruited one. About audience profiles, so they are usually main characteristics with what you can recruit people. For example, we have education, language they are speaking, are they employee, business owner, or in maternity leave or retired, etc. Where they are working, how big is the company, salary range, and also Are they single, married or not? And also how many children. For example, here is a good characteristics about two guys. So both are male, same age, raised in same country, married, etc., but totally different. So basically their hobbies or their lifestyle is totally different. So there is always the thing that be as specific as possible. Another thing is that when you're doing user testing or research, there is always possibility to use also to improve your product or web page is client feedback. So always use client feedback. Is it like getting reviews, something else, but keep in live the feedback, because this gives you always the possibility to improve your product. And if you don't improve your product, then you are already going late, which means that the competition comes and eats your clients. So do user testing, do product improvement constantly. It's really important. Here are some tools to suggest what to use. For example, with qualitative research, there are possibilities: try my UI, user testing, user analytics, look back, and user interviews. For quantitative, there are different kinds of surveys: Google survey, SurveyMonkey, also Hotjar, Crazy Egg, or Google Analytics. So I thank you, and if you have any questions or suggestions, you can always write me or contact me in LinkedIn. Now I will show you also in real life how to, for example, to launch a simple test and what we mean by that. So here is an example of Sharewell platform itself. We have, as I mentioned, possibility to do unmoderated testing, which we call tests, and interviews use, which is moderate. So basically the logic is that if you come to Sharewell platform and you make an account which is free, so you can immediately see also that there are examples on your account, and you can see how the testing is done. There are real live examples, but starting a test, it's actually quite simple. You click here, create the test. You choose this for inner use, let's say test number 1. And then we can choose in what language we want. Is it English or something else? And basically, this is the text what we are sending out to invitation. So as I mentioned, keep it short and simple. Use 5 sentences. So basically, we are talking that help us to validate our value proposition, etc. And now we can choose that. Do we want to use test on desktop or mobile device? So let's this time go to desktop. And basically then we start with the tasks. So basically we call them tasks, but you can use also the questions. So here is like the optional thing, but here is concrete tasks. So we are talking about that. Please go through our user flow from point A to point B. And then we are giving them a concrete like link. Also, we can add rating. So this means that the 1 to 5 scale or 1 to 10, where the lowest one is very bad, the highest is very good. But giving them link also here works. Figma prototypes. You can use also Figma or different kind of prototype platforms. Links work here. So you can put here as many tasks as possible or questions. So 1, 2, 5, 10 depends how much you need. For example, here I can show you there is a possibility to use also templates if you don't know exactly what to ask, or you are confused that I want to ask this or that, what to use. Then you can use our templates. So basically you take company website template, and here you already we have determined some questions here, like total 8 questions, and different kind of questions. We are sending them with links to also to Amazon. So what do you think about the service page? Can we improve, blah blah blah, etc. So next important thing is that we want to determine our audience. So as I mentioned, that be as specific as possible. So we are going for example, let's say 35 to 40 female, and let's put some criteria. Let's say that Estonia and Poland, for example, and we want some from Czech also. So here we are talking about females, age, where they're living. Also, let's put that we want to have higher bachelor degree, etc. So everything looks quite good, and we can save them. And next one is screening questions. So screening questions helps us determine specific niche. For example, let's say that we want this age females, they are cat owners. We have, for example, eShop, which sells food to the pets. So let's go through this. Do you have a pet? So we are asking that, do you have a pet? Yes, cat. Let's put cat, and another one is dog. Also, we can add option, for example, that we fish. So basically all the cat owners who are coming, they are getting the access, but the dog or fish owners, they don't get one. So to go a little bit more specific, then we maybe want to have specific breed. What kind of breed? So let's say that some cat breeds, I don't know, let's just say that white breed and black breed. So if they are this specific, then they will get access. If they don't have this breed, then they don't get access. So basically we are targeting really specific group from this country, females who have this kind of cat and this kind of breed. So we have determined basically everything. We have the tasks, we have questions, we have the link, we have the audience, everything is ready to go. Here is a quick recap: 1 participant, 10 participants together. And this is like total amount. Basically, we can click launch. So the main question now is that in what format comes the answers. So here is like a real live example, this guy here. And he's evaluating, basically he's giving feedback about one specific web page. So this is about mattresses and sleeping. He's going everything through all the given tasks, going through the web page, commenting. I'm hearing this in my ear. Unfortunately, you are not. So basically, he's commenting about everything, what he likes, what he doesn't like. Here are all the questions, what they have put. And also here you can see the tasks. So basically there are total together 9 tasks and questions, and all what he is speaking goes immediately into transcription. So this is automated. So everything what he is saying you will get in written form. And also when he clicked to what link, etc. So all the path you can see also where he is going, etc. And also what we see that his name and where he from, company size, etc. So we have all the kind of information we are needing. So to understand that, is this guy the guy? Also, here is another example. Here is a mobile result. So there is a concrete person doing test on mobile, and this is the caption of his mobile screen. He's going through the mobile, clicking everything, typing info in. And here you can see that the mobile, and also here are the tasks he's speaking. Okay, this is in Finnish. And he's going through, clicking, and also speaking all the different kind of things. And here is the same guy, and here is interview format. So as I mentioned that there is a possibility to do also interview. Here is our client's representative, and they are going through interview, which is also recorded. They are going through, as I see, Figma prototype. So everything here is recorded immediately. So you don't need to worry that where do I click or not. So basically we are doing it automatically. So that's about it. I do thank you. And if you have any questions, as I mentioned, that please contact us. And that's about it. Thank you.